Just a week ago now, I posted a video addressing my problems with the shoujo genre and with the male characters you find in shoujo anime and manga. In that video, I talked about how a ton of shoujo manga use reoccurring tropes where the male characters' personalities are oftentimes concerning and really uncomfortable to read. But throughout that video, I mentioned time and time again a manga that I thought was a perfect example of a shoujo manga done correctly, and that is Haru, which in my opinion is the greatest shoujo manga of all time. If you don't already know, the story goes as follows. While most girls desire popularity among boys, Futaba Yoshika wants the exact opposite. After attracting many admirers back in middle school, which resulted in her being shunned by her female classmates, she decided that in high school she will revamp her image. Therefore, she starts acting unfeminine and indifferent to boys, allowing her to make some friends along the way. Little does Futaba know, her life will take another drastic turn when her first love, Ko Mabuchi, returns after his sudden disappearance years ago in middle school. Despite his extended absence, the fond memories they shared together still linger in her mind, and she wishes to return to those days. But she realizes that the sweet, gentle boy of the past has completely vanished, and in his place stands someone cold and pessimistic. While he admits that her feelings for him back then were mutual, he warns that they can never go back to the past, as everything, including him, has changed. This story really stood out to me for many different reasons in the shoujo genre, because unlike series like, let's say, Maid-sama and Fruit Baskets, the main male character does not want anything to do with the female lead in the beginning of the story like a normal person would if they have somewhat of a traumatic past and would rather not revisit that. Haru Ride is one of the most beautiful romance manga I have ever read, and by far the best shoujo manga that I've ever consumed. I absolutely loved the emotions portrayed by the main female character, and I loved how she knew she wanted to get another chance with the main guy even after she messed things up in middle school. But things have obviously changed now, with our male character even pretending not to remember her in the beginning of the story. I really loved how the main characters got along and slowly formed this relationship. It wasn't really like a show like Maid-sama where the main guy character just forced the girl into a relationship, and it was pretty uncomfortable to watch. I think Haru Ride has some of the best character dynamics I've ever seen in romance, anime, and manga. I personally read this entire manga while listening to some really sad music, and it just fully fit the vibe of this girl trying to chase something that's just not there anymore, and it hurt my soul reading it. So in the end, when she's able to recapture that thing she lost so long ago, it made me feel things that I've only ever felt from a couple of other manga in my entire life. I want to quickly go over our main male character for this story, Ko, and how he's done really well. First, his past and the things he went through actually made sense to why he was distant in the beginning of the story, and made a ton of sense to why he wouldn't want to reconnect to his past. He's also not one of those creepy shoujo weirdos pinning the girl down in the first chapter and saying some really concerning things. I really loved Ko's character and how he developed throughout the story, and how the manga wasn't just the same rendition of the most popular guy in school spends time with some nobody girl and falls for her. The way his feelings develop for the female lead throughout the story was done really well. Now, I personally love the artwork in this manga. It's one of my favorites, as I love the shoujo art style because of how the characters dress and are presented throughout the story. I fell in love with this author's artwork and storytelling so much so that I'm planning on reading one of their other works, Strobe Edge. Now, one of my absolute favorite things about romance manga are the side characters. Can the author create a well-done side character relationship that gets you just as invested as the main character's relationship throughout the story? The side relationship in this manga is probably the best side character relationship I've ever seen in a manga in my entire life. So much so that the characters in this side relationship could be its own separate romance manga as a whole and be just as highly praised as Haru Ride. With that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below if you end up checking this manga out, or just your personal opinions on it, as I'd love to hear them. Make sure to hit that notification bell to never miss another upload, as well as check out some of my other links to my socials down in the description below. Be sure to check out one of the videos popping up on screen right about now, but with that said, as always, thanks for watching. Peace.